My subject is science. So today we're going to discuss the big and important topic for the teenagers, and the topic name is gender equality. So first I want to just introduce what you mean by gender. According to the World Health Organization, gender refers to the roles, behaviors, activities, attributes, and opportunities that any society considers appropriate for girls and boys as well as for women and men. So we'll see some examples of gender characteristics. Women are expected to take care of family or domestic duties and remain close to home. And all men are expected to work and earn money for the family. So what is the difference between characteristics of male and female? We all know that the growth according to their biological traits means during adolescent stage, the different kinds of hormones are secreted, and because of that the changes takes place in the body of male and female. So men develop a hoarser voice, hair on their face, and muscular frame. So these are the general characteristics. So apart from that, what you mean by gender equality and gender equity? Equal treatment for women and men in laws and policies, and equal access to resources and the society at large. If we observe before 10 years, then our society is totally different. They never expecting that women also have to work, women also have same right to that of like the men. But now in the current situation or in the current scenario, if we observe, number of females or number of women are working on various platforms, and if we observe their duties, responsibilities, their success, then women are very vital and important role in the society. So gender equity, fairness and justice in distribution of benefits and responsibilities between the women and men. So what are the gender relations and gender roles? Relationship between women and men acquired through the process of socialization in terms of power sharing, decision making, and division of labor within the household and in the society at large. So their activities and duties seem suitable for the girls and boys in given society, family, culture, religion. So they both learn their assumed roles and duties through their day-to-day interactions with their parents, educators, peers, and other people around them. So according to the surrounding observation, their social construction becomes a build. Means what are the processes involved in that? So a process through which a given community assigns, institutionalizes, and gender roles. So with the help of that, gender mainstreaming takes place. It means that consistent integration of gender concerns into the development and implementation of policies, different plans, programs, and projects at all the levels, including community, school, classroom, as well as national level programs. So if we consider the gender sensitive schools, so what are the roles or what are the characteristics in the gender sensitive schools? Girls and boys are empowered to express themselves freely and confidentially within and outside the school. The school community has a good level of awareness towards the gender issues. We all know that in a school, out of 6 committee, one of the committee, that is nothing but women grievance committee, as well as, means many committees are there. So in that 6 committees, one of the committee, one more important committee is that sexual harassment committee. So why these committees we are keeping in a school level? Because the school community has a good level of awareness towards the gender issues, and the education and the educators apply gender equality and gender equality principles in the academic processes, and it is very important in a school level. Girls and boys equally participate in door-to-door and outdoor sports. During annual sport concert, we can see that at the same time, our boys and girls can take participation in school level, inter-school level, national level, international level. So that environment matters. So the school environment only encourages them to bring out their full academic potential in all the subjects, particular in science as well as mathematics, as well as in sports. And now NEP also said same. Apart from major subject, vocational subject is important. Vocational subject is important. So whatever the qualities, whatever the potentials, school only can encourage after the parents to students. So regarding to that particular topic, in a school level, different kind of career guidance seminar, counseling services, guidance we have to provide with the help of different mentors, or we have to conduct the guest lecture in a school level. The gender sensitive physical facilities are available, like separate toilets, water, and sanitation. Guidance and counseling services are also available in a school level. So educators have been trained in skills necessary for gender sensitive teaching. See, if we addressing you, your, and yours directly, so we can consider 2 different examples. If a student misses 2 successive appointments, he will lose his standing appointment. If you miss 2 successive appointments, you will lose your standing appointment. And the another example, when a student encounters an emergency situation, he should immediately notify the school reception. So upon knowing about an emergency, a student should immediately notify the school reception. So this is nothing but the gender sensitive classroom interaction. Appoint 2 monitors in each classroom. One is the head boy and one is the head girl. So even in a single classroom, 2 different monitors are important. Encourage both boys and girls to read aloud, recite, and speak on topics related to their immediate lives. Make a special effort to direct questions at girls, boys, and shy children, because we know that naughty student or some talented or brilliant student can easily talk everywhere with, they can share their knowledge, their problems, their ideas to with teachers as well as with their friends also, but shy students never want to speak. So that make a special effort to direct question to the shy childrens. Try to switch role for the breaking down gender barriers and stereotyping of gender roles. Try to relieve the girls of activities that are related to domestic chores, then order illness as well as cleanliness, and make the both boys and girls share all the activities. So if they share the activities with each other, then their mindset should be, there is a no difference between equality and equity. So we have to prepare it's a educator's roles that they have to prepare for the leadership and good decision making. That decision making is very important. Plan and conduct the activities that give opportunity to all the children, accepting one another as equals. So these all the responsibilities and duties, not only responsibilities and duties, but these are the tasks we have to conduct for gender sensitive classroom, and this interaction is very important. With the help of value education also, we can provide them gender related education for the higher grader students. So automatically their physical, intellectual, mental, psychological development takes place. Now, if we focus on value education curriculum, then we can see the conflicts between the uh, naughty students and brilliant students. So how we can promote them for their solving of ethical and some other kind of issues with the spiritual values. So that is also the role of educators. Positive mindset is very important during the teenagers phase, because we know that Mahatma Gandhi's one important sentence, the best way to find yourself, to lose yourself in the service of mankind. So it always helpful for reinforcing the fact among students that the eventual purpose of any kind of education. So this kind of special designed curriculum we have to conduct in a school level. Maybe during assembly, or we can conduct month-wise session, otherwise week-wise session. Now, apart from this, food and nutritional activities is also important. Then student level interventions are also important, as well as anger-free education is also important for the gender equality. So if we want anger-free school environment, then we have to listen their problems. We can, means it's an educator responsibility that they can display the different kind of boards in that students can focus on empathy, then the task related to community, then understanding, then what are the compromises which are based on their regular culture, and what are the importance for their future. So these are the different practices. Apart from these practices, we can ask them to identify the real cause which is happening in the atmosphere. Sometimes music is the very important solution for refreshing the mindset. So sometimes such a kind of evidences or some situations are happening in the classroom. So it is, we can ask them to, or we can try them to push out for, don't be scared about this and don't do anything which is, you means that fact you can feel as a gender difference, that men and women, or maybe boys and males. So in the gender equality, one of the important part is that we must know about our body, because if we know our body and our body parts as well as their function, to appreciation of the importance of each body part, this is very vital role in the gender equality, because everyone have to respect our own body. So this will lead to highlight and the understanding of the need for correct information regarding to grow up processes in the adolescent stage, which will help in creating a well-informed individual. So with the help of food and nutrition activities also, they can focus on the effect of right food. Because we know that if we observe the current scenario, most of the times teenagers are never focusing on the healthy food. They are simply focusing on the junk food. They simply want to eat the junk food. So which are the drawbacks, which are the disadvantages while eating the junk foods? That is also matter, because means if we take the healthy food, so then only our mindset will become so positive. It will create a positive energy inside the brain. So these kind of sessions, these kind of conducts, we have to conduct in a school level atmosphere. So it creates a positive energy, and thus it influences the learning capacity. Variation in geographical location alter or modify the nutritional intake, and the food can affect the energy level, concentration, and learning as well. At the same time, personal, environmental hygiene and sanitization activities are also very important, because these activities matters in the gender equality. Because whatever the changes takes place inside the body of male and female after the childhood stage, so it emphasizes on the need to ensure that children follow to clean and what are the regular habits for their regarding the bath, regarding bowel movements, sleep, oral hygiene, nails, hairs, whatever the personal hygienes, these also affects on their mind while surviving or in the school atmosphere or in their surroundings. That is also the matters. Then how to maintain a school health means how the school can be a better for a gender sensitive school, or it becomes a means we can change the mindset of students. So going to school is a historic milestone in children's lives, because it's a place where they can play a role, one of the most important role in their physical, mental as well as emotional development. So the schools are setting where the children learn, the character is molded as well as values are inculcated, and where the future of the citizens of the world are groomed to face the life's challenges. So these all the conditions or all the characteristics are very important or mandatory for maintaining the school health as well as the psychology of men as well as women. Because in the childhood stage, we know that child means what? A boy or a girl from the time of birth until he or she is an adult, or a son or daughter of any age. So if we observe the psychology, the scientific study of the way the human mind works and how it influences the behavior or the influence of a particular person's character on their behavior. So accordingly, after the childhood stage, in the puberty stage, the psychological uh, mindset automatically divert in the teenagers. So human development as a discipline from infancy to adulthood stage is also important, because it's a multifaceted process and involves the different kind of aspect. So in that, biological as well as physical development takes place. Another aspect involves the cognitive or intellectual abilities and the processes, because whatever their intelligence quotient, emotional quotient, so these all the things changes during their puberty stage. So this is the very sensitive period in their life. So what children learn, what children know and how they can remember the changes greatly as they grow with the time in the puberty stage. So the one more aspect involves social behavior and relationship. So behavior is also important in the puberty stage while maintaining the equity as well as equality. Interrelationship for the development in a society for the men and women as well as for boys and girls is very important. So the social interactions should be conducted in a school levels for clearing their concepts of gender equality. Then only the development of child takes place, and it can be broadly divided into, we all know that, total 5 periods. First is the prenatal period, that is nothing but the conception to birth. Then infancy and toddlerhood, means birth to the age 3rd. Then preschool period, age 3rd to age 6. Middle childhood means schooling years, age 6 to age 12. And adolescence means age 12 to adulthood. So during last stage, means during adolescent stage, the knowledge of pattern of development helps to know what to expect from others, at what ages to expect the different patterns of behavior to appear the end. So when these patterns will normally be replaced by more mature patterns, then student can understand the development, or typically developed children is approximately the pattern of development is same for gender equality. So may it facilitates the parents as well as teacher to guide, provide opportunities and encouragement in a school level. Physical development. Developing the human stages in that the genetic endowment interacts with environmental influences from the beginning. Because in the childhood stage, they don't know idea about reproduction, life processes related to that, characteristics which are transmitted from genetic parents to offsprings. They simply know the basic body structure and organ form. But when their body begins to start the changes inside their internal organs, not the internal organs, but some part of organs, the changes takes place in the puberty stage. So that vulnerability to environmental influences, which is very important for maintaining their mental development. If we see the middle stage of adulthood, how the physical development takes place. So sometimes somewhat the sensory abilities and health stamina as well as skill may also take place. Mostly during this phase, women can experience the menarche, means whatever the menstruation cycle. So that time also the mindset is very important. So how they can identify and how the educators can guide them about the gender equality, it will be a grateful and always be important for the future, as well as their problem solving, decision making, diversity, citizenship, their planning, communication, critical and creative thinking, all kind of leadership activities, their goal setting. So in all kind of skills, the gender equality is very, very important. And we all know that in 21st century skill, what are the 4 C's? These 4 C's says that critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, innovation, communication, collaboration, that is very important. So thank you so much once again, Rajaram sir, for this wonderful opportunity